Hello everybody, welcome back to FS25 on our survival challenge. It's raining, but according to the forecast, it will stop soon. So let's get to our most important task today, spraying the sunflower field. We can work on other projects later, but getting rid of the weeds is the most important thing. So let's do that first. And today I want to make some more big investments here on the farm. We still have a field that's empty, and I think our yard needs more attention. So let's get the sprayer and get rid of the weeds. We can use the 3020. And then, as soon as we finish spraying the field, we can work calmly on the other projects. So let's do that. Okay, the field is sprayed, and now we're going to work on the empty field in front of the shed. I want to plant olive trees to take advantage of the fact that we have a mill and we can make olive oil. And also because the soil here isn't suitable for conventional farming. So let's come here on the construction mod, and I will plant the olive trees on this field. Well, I planted the olive trees and I think they look great here. I like them. We have the garden and orchard across the road, and the olive trees create a tree-like backdrop in front of our farm, which is in the middle of the woods. We'll need specific machinery to fertilize and harvest the olives, but not today. Right now, I want to buy a mower and start cleaning the yard, cutting the grass and removing bushes. So I'll buy this mower. It costs $4,100. So let's get our 4020, go to the shop and get our new mower, and we will start cleaning our yard. Okay, so I cleared this area from the sheds to the olive trees, and it's much nicer. And we can make some extra money from the grass, so I'm going to buy a tether and a baler, and we will collect this grass. And we have another floating tree here. By the way, I have another idea. I'm going to put more beehives next to the sunflower field. Besides producing honey, they'll increase sunflower production. Okay, so the field is surrounded by beehives, and that should improve our yield. And I will buy this tether. It costs $5,000 and it only requires 20 horsepower, so we can use the John Deere A with it. This is my first time using this mode, so I have no idea how it works. So let's see. No. And nothing working so far. So let's see. Nothing. Oh, I turned it on with the mouse. So let's try again, now with the mouse, and now it's working. It works pretty well. Of course, it's more difficult in the trees, but I'm almost done. And then we'll be able to bale the hay. That's the last row. So I am buying the Massey Ferguson 1840. It only requires 50 horsepower and it will cost $22,350. And I'm also buying this hay wagon for $8,020. And now let's get our new equipment and make hay bales. Our yard already looks quite different. I planted grass in the remaining field, and now everything is clear under the trees. Yeah, it looks much better now. And we made a lot of hay bales. We have more grass to cut, and then we can sell the bales. But now we can start our equipment in the sheds and call it a day. I think we can keep the hay equipment in this shed and maybe take the combine to the other shed. And we can also bale the straw when we harvest the oats. The bale wagon has some weird collisions. I can't get through the doors. Well, I'll leave it here for now. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks so much for watching and see you next video. Bye!